Hey everybody, this is going to be a quick showcase and overview of my Modlist Vanguard. So Vanguard, as you can see, relatively lightweight, 414 mods, 354 plugins, 44 of which are ESPs and ESMs. And if we come to our instance folder, we are looking at about 36 gigabytes including downloads. So if you take away the downloads, if you're to delete them after, that's about 15 free gigabytes. So best way to talk about this mod list is just going to be to hop right in game. So Vanguard is a MCO based mod list, but the aim is to combine the new combat mechanics and features of MCO and its extensions like TK Dodge and other mods like Precision into the vanilla Skyrim perk and gameplay systems. So a lot of what you see with these modern combat overhauls is basically taking over the game. You know, it tries to turn it into like a Dark Souls, Elden Ring type of thing, combat focused. The goal of Vanguard is to basically seamlessly integrate the new mechanics and stuff with all new perks. We are using a brand new set of perk mods. The first one called Iron Path, the second one called Vanguard, and the third one is called Arcane Path, which has yet to be released. But basically they are designed with MCO in mind and do a great job of basically connecting the two systems together, so it fits seamlessly into the same traditional shell of Skyrim, but just, you know, updated with a lot more satisfying combat. And starting a new game, as you can see, we have Skyrim Unbound Reborn as our alternate start mod. So we can hop right into this. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Skyrim Unbound. I will just go one-handed, dual wield swords, I guess. This doesn't particularly matter. And let's start in Riverwood. Yeah, so the customization you get from Unbound is really unmatched. This is why it is my mod of choice for alternative start. So character creation, relatively vanilla. We have Nordic faces and high poly vanilla hair to help fix the outdated character models, but overall it is relatively vanilla. So this mod list is still a work in progress. Like I said, Arcane Path, one of the main gameplay mods that's going to be included, has not released yet. And there's a few other things I'm waiting for, maybe. As you can see, weapons and armor look like vanilla. I am waiting for, I believe Zavbio is his name, to release their all-in-one armor retextures. I'm sure you're familiar with all their standalone work. They've released a ton of amazing work recently. So I will be waiting and then including the all-in-one once it comes to that. And of course it is thundering, so it is going to be very hard to hear me. Let me find a bed so I can, or I'll just wait. Yeah, so using Raid Weathers, which adds a lot of storms, sort of similar to True Storms, but optimized for detection balance. Yeah, and I'm in survival mode, so now I am hungry, tired, cold, all of that. But visually, you can see no E and B. I, if I do say so myself, do think the mod list still looks very good. Skyland all-in-one as the main texture. We have Simplicity of Sea for waters. Like I said earlier, Raid Weathers in combination with Vanilla HDR for the general lighting. And Skoglandia is our grass mod. And if we keep moving, you'll start to see some other things. Happy little trees, northern vanilla farmhouses, and even northern roads, which is what is replacing all the stone roads with dirt paths, along with many other changes. And we will keep moving forward, try to find some enemies. So, yeah, like I said with MCO, this mod list is third-person oriented, especially for combat. But first person has also been given some love. As you can see, immersive first-person camera and comprehensive first-person animation overhaul. Do I have any food? That'll help. But yeah, third person is what the list has been designed around for combat. I was never a big fan of third person combat. I was always hesitant when I saw, like third person oriented stuff, but this, giving it a try has really changed my mind, and I highly encourage anyone who's on the fence about it to give it a try. Where did that other wolf go? Oh, there you are. So you can see true directional movement for the target locking. Your general staples, smooth cam, better third-person selector to make third-person combat more akin to modern games. Untarnished UI, by the way, as you already have seen. Let's go kill some more wolves. So yeah, and we have TK dodge, precision, and a few other minor gameplay mods to help basically modernize the combat. Like you can see the recoil if you hit an object. You can see the weapon trails from precision. A lot of stuff like that. Now, I am already on very low health because I've just been running around like an idiot, but let's see if we can. I'm going to quick save before this. And as you can see by the experience coming up, we are using experience and static skill leveling. That is because the perk mods I use, as you can see, do change these perk systems. So from what used to be the lockpicking skill, you now have Wayfarer, which is basically a mix of some stuff like speech related, like working with companions, lockpicking, and other Wayfarer related abilities, along with thievery you saw instead of pickpocketing. So let's see if we can do this. Level 1 bandit. So yes, Skyrim combo AI revolution, I believe it's called, allows enemies to basically utilize the combos that MCO allows. So we'll see if this guy is interested in doing any combos. There he goes. Let's take care of him. Right now I am, that's the wrong button, playing just on adept difficulty, just so I can showcase this a little bit more, but any difficulty will be viable. So if I can head into Ember Shard and do my thing. Probably not. I'm not very good at this game. I will warn you. Interior lighting handled by ambience. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would want to see something like Lux, which is a beautiful mod, but what I love about ambience is the interior detection balance is very accurate. So if you see a dark spot, basically the enemies will also detect it as a dark spot and will be less likely to see you. Problems with like ELFX shadows and Lux with these shadow casting objects. The shadows can sometimes be deceiving in terms of what's actually constituted by the game engine as a as an object or as a shadow that you can hide in. So it can get kind of messy. No, okay, 2 against 1. I don't know if I can do this. Jumping power attack. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, I got demolished. So that failed attempt aside, we'll go back to here. We'll continue to wander around and I'll talk more about the mod list. So yeah, as you can see, Northern Roads, this is an example of stuff added by Northern Roads, just little bits of clutter around. The goal sort of is to make Skyrim feel more Nordic, like its original influences. So we'll continue up. We have Rin's Standing Stones overhaul, which is what is overhauling the Guardian Stones over here. With all of this stuff. Take some free stuff, why not? Maybe a little too much free stuff. I can balance that out. Activate the warrior stone. Ooh, any lockpicks? See if I can do this. So let's, where do I want to go? I'm going to start going towards Riverwood. And by Riverwood, I mean Whiterun. So going to the map, if you see, I try to fast travel. I can't fast travel without a travel pack. This mod list uses Journeyman, one of Simon Magnus's mods. Basically restricts fast traveling unless you have a travel pack, as aforementioned, which is craftable and able to be found in vendor inventories. So, because this list does use survival mode instead of outright disabling it, it does give you an alternative because, well, not fast traveling is great and it allows for a greater sense of exploration and exploring all the new features added by this mod list. It can get tedious going back and forth, so there definitely should always be an alternative. So yeah, in the top left you can see my FPS. It's probably not translating too well to the recording because I do not have a good computer. But I have a Ryzen 7 1700 and a GTX 1060, so a pretty old system at this point in time. You can see I'm getting about 90 FPS right now. It'll get lower as we get towards the city. Keep in mind that it's also lower because I'm recording. But yeah, the goal is for about 60 FPS on any system, and then 144 FPS on higher end systems. Because in my opinion, when you have a pretty combat focused mod list like this, a big factor in the fluidity and how good the combat feels is performance and stability. So getting that 144 FPS if you have a 144 hertz monitor really helps. It makes the combat feel so much better. Let's see if Lucian has anything. Any travel packs. He does not. That's unfortunate. There's also the Town Portals mod, which is basically a new spell, or it can also be found as a scroll, that allows you to, wherever you are, create a portal that will send you back to the nearest town you were at, sort of like if you've ever played Diablo. So that's another alternative for fast traveling. You can also hear, with my armor, audio overhaul Skyrim is included, along with the other mods by Dylan James, acoustic template fixes, reverb and ambience overhaul, and regional sounds extension I almost forgot the name of. So yeah, here's some Northern Road features. You can see kind of the Nordic influence and ideas here. Before, let's see if I can get it. Oh, I missed. Okay. Show you some first-person combat. They always run away from me and I can't catch them. There should be a wolf coming up. Yeah, so first-person combat is, like I said, viable, but third-person is the recommended experience. But I show you here, target lock, dodging, both work in first-person still. I'm going to die because I'm not good at this game. There's another one. Do I have any healing spells? I don't. That's unfortunate. So continuing on, just ignoring that other wolf because I don't want to die. Visually, I don't know if I mentioned it already, but Skyland All-in-One is the main texture overhaul. There's going to be a few other minor texture mods targeting individual objects. There's also Skyland Bits and Bobs, which is an add-on to Skyland All-in-One. And as you can see, it makes the game look beautiful, in my opinion. You really get a good mix of this sort of vanilla style, not going too overboard, maintaining great performance, but also just a fresh coat of paint. And as we get to the tundra, you can see Skoglandi. These guys are very loud. Let me set my sheet a little bit so my heart's not beating the entire time. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So yeah, Northern Roads is going to be adding a lot of clutter and scenery around here, overhauling the bridges, that sort of thing, and we'll make our way up towards Whiterun. That's a hard one for me to say. Whiterun, where we will talk about a few other major mods in the mod list as we approach. Just look around, get a good view of the general lighting and visuals. No E&B, a very good performance. Hopefully on most systems you'll be able to get at the very least 60s. There's also going to be performance options available for very weak PCs, but the goal is, like I said, 60 FPS on pretty much any system, and then 144 on high-end systems. And Ayla's gonna come talk to us. Yeah, whatever. So coming up, approaching Whiterun, you can see detailed carriages, HD reworked horses, just a few minor visual mods to complement Skyland. So yeah, like I said, armor and weaponry textures are pretty much the only thing not covered right now, but they will be at the time of release, hopefully, if not at release, whenever the Zavio all-in-one releases. And if it doesn't look like it's going to come out anytime soon, I will just use the individual ones. So approaching Whiterun, you can see another big mod, Open Cities. Was a bit of a pain to get working with everything, as anyone who's ever used it knows, but I've made tons of custom patches to get everything. As you can see, Spaghetti City's working with Open Cities. Skyrim Unbound, if you choose to start in the city, it spawns you in the right spot. All that good stuff. Now, actually, let me go to the general store because I want to go to a different city to show you some more big mods.
Everything's for sale, man. Oh, a bit of this, a bit of that.
No travel pack either, unfortunate. Well, I will cheat again, and I will COC. Where do I want to go? Let's go to Falkreath. So, as you will see in just a second, to complement Northern Roads and Skoglandy. I was hoping for a dramatic reveal, but it's taking a while. Cities of the North is included. Fantastic overhauls. JP Steel makes incredible mods, as you can see. So yeah, this, I would say, maybe the most intensive area of the game, and while recording on my weaker system, you can see not dropping below 60. If I do, it's around 58, 59, which is, you know, pretty much the same thing. And one more thing we can see if I come over here. I can't jump over that, I guess. EVG Animated Traversal. It's fun. A fun add-on just to add a little bit more of those sort of modern exploration mechanics. So yes, Falkreath, it looks like a completely different town with all JP Steel's mods together, and it's just incredible. So let's go see. I got full health now. Let me go fight some more things. I did level up actually, so we can take a look at that. I'll have to go sleep to level up because we are in survival mode. So I'll go into the hall. Where is the entrance? It's over here. I have no idea if I have enough money for a room.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
I do.
Sure thing. It's yours, but show you to your room.
Oh, you don't need to. I'll be fine.
You hear any juicy gossip in town? Sure.
Actually, I don't know. Is it this one? Nope. This one? No. This one. So, yeah, we'll sleep. Level up and static skill level written. So if you're unfamiliar with this mod, it is basically adding the level up system from RPGs like Fallout, where you boost your skills on level up rather than by just using the skill. I know it's not everyone's favorite mod. They like the sort of immersive progression that Skyrim's regular system offers, but unfortunately is very abusable. So I do prefer this method. So let's get our heavy armor one-handed up a bit and increase our stamina. So yeah, the perks, as I mentioned earlier, have been overhauled. Let's go into our one-handed tree. Like, it's not a super comprehensive overhaul like an Ordinator per se, but all the perks are extremely well balanced, well thought out to work with MCO. And yeah, it all fits together very well. So now that we've leveled up, how about we go start fighting things? Ouch. Like this guy. No, not him. I want to target this guy. Thank you. So you can see the combos they're using. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with MCO and Scar and those sort of mods. This Modlist making it has been my first go with them, and I have been so impressed. It's been so much fun to mess with. And it's all very configurable too, which is the nice thing. Oh, and you'll see with these arrows how slow they're moving. That's a mod called Action-Based Projectiles. It basically gives a counter to archers and mages for builds like this, where it lets you dodge them with all the new mechanics added. And there will be perks and other ways to increase projectile speed for the player, so it's a little more balanced. But it just allows for some fun combat moments with, you know, dodging arrows and really just feeling like an action game. Let's switch our focus to this guy. So yeah, you can really feel how just visceral and like just satisfying the combat is. If you've never used MCO, it is very satisfying to just hammer away at opponents. Obviously, I have infinite health right now, so I don't particularly have to care about strategy, but it gets really fun when you're actually playing, especially with like the dodging, trying to time up that stuff. Resource management with your stamina especially. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick overview of the mod list. There's going to be many other mods, like Jay Serpa's quest expansions and a lot of his other, you know, dialogue expansion mods, pretty much staples in any mod list. Some new quests, some new content. I won't spoil it too much, but Siren Roots included. Nothing major like beyond Skyrim, Vigilant, or Worm's Tooth, but just some small new content that fits very well. And you can see the cloaks and capes, few new spells, just some very minor stuff. Content-wise, mainly we are focused on gameplay and basically mixing the modern combat of, you know, a FromSoftware-esque experience and the role-playing, world building, and that sort of stuff of the Elder Scrolls series together into one fun package. One small, lightweight package. Even though I have infinite health, these guys are really starting to chip away at me. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. I hope you enjoyed the showcase. I highly recommend you guys check it out for yourself if you want. It's very, very small. So when it releases, you know, 30 gigabytes, it'll take a bit to install. If you don't want it, just forget about it. It'll, you know, sit on your hard drive. You might not even remember it's there. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for the release of Vanguard.